worldwide economic crisis appears to be exacerbated by problems with the international banking system and tensions between the industrialized countries and the aspirations of less developed nations. Various proposals have been advanced to address these issues, ranging from the Law of the Sea Treaty recently approved by the U.S. Senate, the Kyoto Treaty and the forthcoming Copenhagen Conference on Greenhouse Gases and Global Warming, to the controversial cap-and-trade legislation. What are your ideas on how to deal with these concerns?
First and foremost, I think it's very important that any international agreements we make can't put American businesses at a disadvantage. We can't saddle American families with higher costs on necessities that they have, food and energy. We also have to make sure that any agreements that are made, international agreements, don't affect our national sovereignty or domestic policies. We also have to make sure that American businesses know that their government is on their side. I think many times they think they're the opposition, that the bad guys are business people, and that has to change. They have to know that we are fighting for them because they are creating jobs here and that we need them to do well. They have to make sure that as they are creating jobs and growing their business, that they're not going to be hit with arbitrary costs that come out of nowhere. That becomes part of the cost of doing business, on top of all of the other expenses that they've got. Cap and trade is a perfect example of this, a bill that was pushed through by two senators, Barbara Boxer, John Kerry, happened to be two of the most liberal senators in the entire Senate. I think that we can take a lesson from that of exactly what the intentions were out of that bill. It's fine for us to listen to Berkeley liberals talking about their ideas on energy policy, but when we allow them to dictate how we are going to buy and produce energy and run our businesses and have access to energy in our homes, it has gone way too far. Our energy policy should absolutely be geared to creating a smarter national grid and also encouraging new technologies. America is known for being the smartest, the wisest, the most innovative creator in technology. We need to get back to that. Instead of punishing innovation, we need to encourage it. And I think that's what our real hope is in the energy policy. We still are heavily dependent on coal and petroleum for transportation and heating and electricity. But there's also some other great options that are happening out there. We need to encourage our brightest and best to be on the cutting edge, to have those incentives, to be looking for ways of providing the energy that we need without causing harm to our environment. And I know there's great possibilities out there. I had the privilege of spending Friday down in LaSalle County and spent some time at a wind farm. I've never been inside one of those windmills. I've driven by them, but seeing a wind farm and also got to go into the nuclear energy plant there. One thing I can tell you is I was very impressed with the safety that was in that place, but also just how effective and efficient that is. It's something that we need to be aware of and continue to look at that as a possible source, and also many other creative hydrogen options for cars, some other things that are out there that, again, can be done safely if we allow our best and brightest to be able to have that innovative focus and make sure that we are moving forward as a country, and that, again, our businesses know that they don't have the bullseye on their back of government coming after them, or that we're just going to be falling in line with what the liberal Democrats, especially those out of California, are telling us what they must do.
I think one of the most anticipated questions of the day is going to be about healthcare, so I'll go ahead and throw this out. Just recently, the House passed comprehensive healthcare legislation, including government public option. The Senate has yet to act on this. What are your views on the disadvantages and benefits, if any, of the legislation, and is there anything in the current proposals that you could support?
If I were in Congress, I would have voted against the health care bill and for the Stupak Amendment. Bill Foster voted against the Stupak Amendment and for the health care bill. We are very poorly represented out in Washington, D.C. here in this congressional district. I really don't support any part of the health care bill that went through the Nancy Pelosi health care bill. It is absolutely the wrong direction to go. A government that can't run the postal service, the idea of them, when they can't deliver a letter, how we expect them to be able to deliver a baby is really scary to me. And so we need to, again, get that message out there. There is good things that we can do, but this is a situation that's different. And I think, again, it points to the heart of Democrats and the thing that sets us apart from the Democrats that are out there, especially against, sets us apart from Bill Foster. Healthcare is something that we do have personal responsibility for. We absolutely make decisions on our own healthcare. And there ought to be incentives that if we take care of ourselves, if we make choices that are going to allow us to live healthier lives, more productive lives, we should benefit from that. There are other things that we can do, and that is making it more, the portability I think is an important issue where people have choices, more knowledge, so consumers can be educated. But again, allowing the free market to work is really the best answer with healthcare. And putting government into this is absolutely the wrong direction to go, and literally, I promise you, it will kill people. It will kill people. It will cost lives. Maybe elderly lives who no longer will be able to get dialysis. Maybe children who someone determines doesn't deserve to live. And that is not the America that I want to live in. And that is the America that I will fight against, because that's not really America. One last thing on this is I do think it's so important for us to speak out and to say that life is important, life is valuable, and that we are going to fight for life. And that I think is really important in this healthcare debate that kind of got stuck in. Thank you.